Down and safe. We're beginning our search.
How's there still power here?
We need to be careful. There might still be someone alive down here.
Let's try not to stick around long enough to find out. Hopefully, if the power's still on, that means there's something around here we can salvage.
Ah. Hey guys, I think I found something. Ah, monkey butter!
You okay, man?
Yeah, I just cut my hand on something that... The fuck?
Lupa, check your arm. Nimue, are you receiving me?
Confirmed.
Do a full sensor sweep of the planet. Is there anything unusual that wouldn't show up under normal scans?
Beginning sensor sweep.
What are you thinking?
I'm not sure, but
Sensor sweeps complete. There is an unusual energy field on the planet primarily focused around the area you are occupying with a range of 2,000 square miles. The field is shrinking, but at its current rate will not dissipate for at least 1 year.
What is the nature of the energy field?
Damage to sensor array cannot provide exact data. However, the readings at this level are very similar to the spatial and temporal anomaly referred to as the plot hole.
Linkara, what's going on down there?
Stand by. The reason that Europa is the way it is right now is because the plot hole was transforming it, creating life on its surface.
But the plot hole is gone now.
Yeah, but what if the energy it was using is still there, creating life all over it, or fixing things that are broken, like a cut or a burn, or filling up power to something that doesn't have it, or...
Oh, I don't like that look.
Guys, I need you to beam Alan's body down now!
What? What the hell are you
Just
doing?
do it!
You don't really think that...
I think the universe just handed us a Deus Ex Machina. Report.
Enemy vessel sighted. Life signs on the satellite indicate at least 3 beings in a structure in the northern hemisphere. One of them matches the DNA profile of Linkara.
Romero unit, you will accompany me to the surface. Find the supplies we require. I will deal with the fleshlings.
By your command.
How long do we wait?
As long as we have to.
You know, I hate to say this, but he might have been dead for too long.
I know. But I had to try. I was such an asshole to him.
When I first got Comicron 1, the government wanted to kill me and take the ship. But he stood up for me. He didn't have any reason to do it. I mean, he never met me before. But he did. He saved my life. And in return, I was such an asshole to him. I had to do something.
It's okay. I get it. His body really stinks.
Yeah, that'd be the bowel evacuation.
Ah.
Yeah.
Hey guys, come take a look at this.
Were you able to find everything we need?
Most of it. We're not going to be 100%, but we should be ready for a fight. I've got the boxes tagged and ready for transport.
What is this? Experimental weapons?
Yeah, looks like a bunch of guns the Executor's men were toying with. The manifest lists which ones work and which ones don't. Have a look.
Pump action shotgun with full auto mode.
Multi-barrel machine gun with shotgun mode?
Gun that shoots swords.
Gun that shoots chainsaws?
A deadly bee weapon. What's up?
We've got company. Looks like they're back. You need to come up now.
But nothing's happened to Alan's body yet.
We can't wait any longer. We've got to get out of here.
Fine, bring us up.
Warning. There is insufficient power to teleport all targeted forms. At least 2 adult forms must remain behind.
Then leave me and Alan down here.
Dude, not a good idea.
No time for arguing, just do it!
Confirmed.
What's their status?
They're taking position in orbit, but they are accelerating towards us.
Get us out of here. We'll have to come back for Linkara.
Yeah, assuming anything's left of him.
Alan, I hope this works, because I could really use your help right about now.
How amusing. You think you have any sort of chance. Do you know what's even more amusing? That you think that in our previous engagements, you were the one who was victorious. But the truth is that you lost, Linkara. All organic beings lose in the end. It is the promise of flesh. Flesh is flawed. Flesh succumbs. Flesh grows old and dies. But machines? Machines do not grow. They are built to perfection. Circuit and steel are eternal. If something breaks down, it is replaced with ease. Flesh atrophies. Flesh is slave to entropy and inevitability. Machines outlast you. Machines get better while flesh gets fatter and slower. Flesh dies.
Excellent. Return to the ship. When you have finished installing them, hunt down and destroy the enemy vessel. I will remain here to complete what I have started.
By your command.
Did you hear that, Linkara? Everything you care about, everything you love, will burn. I will ensure that there is nothing left of you, not even memories.
Doesn't that mean you'll have to destroy yourself, too?
Every word you speak simply makes me want to rip out your throat even more. Interesting.
There is something here that is healing your withering form. I admit I am tempted to experiment with this, to see how much of your blood ends up on my fist before it magically returns to your body. But I can get over not finding out. And while your shrieking tone frustrates me, I must admit I am curious. Are there any final words before I promptly delete them from my memory? Yeah. Bees. Bees? Bees. What are these? They're in my eyes! Can't see! Bees. My God.
All right. Now when you slide it in, make sure the contacts don't touch the edge.
Alright, anything else?
Nope, that should be it. Nash, power's back on in this section.
Awesome, thanks.
You seem to know a lot about the ship.
Oh yeah, I've been studying it for the last few years. I pretty much know all the ins and outs of it.
It's weird. I never would have taken you for the technical type. I mean, you're such
An idiot.
I wasn't going to say that.
Yes, you were. I'm not stupid despite what everyone thinks, and I know what everyone thinks. When you assume that someone is stupid, you just think that they're so stupid they won't notice.
Well, I hate to say it, but you kind of act like it.
Do I?
Well, I mean, I love the 90s more than most people, but you seem to fetishize it. I mean, it's in your name, for crying out loud. Do you even have a real name?
It's Evelyn, actually, but thanks for asking.
Look, my point is, you're obsessed with guns and killing and muscle-bound superheroes and pouches and extreme and radical and Sega Genesis, and you sound like you came off the set of Surf Ninjas. It's just everything to you. But it just makes it seem like there's no depth to you. You feel like a one-off joke. And if there is more to you, then why don't you show it?
Why should I?
What do you mean?
There's no point acting like everybody else. It wouldn't be me. I have a lot more fun this way. Sure, it can be a bit annoying, but you'll notice that Linkara keeps me around regardless. It's because him and Harvey and everyone else, they're my family.
But why the 90s of all things?
Because the 90s were the age of cyborgs and aliens and lasers and over-the-top stunts and everything insane and cool. Sure, they beat ideas into the ground. Sure, everything was extreme and violent, but it was different. It was new. It was awesome and glorious and wonderful, and most importantly, it was fun. And I think everyone should be having more fun, don't you?
Yeah, they should.
Plus, if everyone thinks you're an idiot, they underestimate you. That's the 90s, really. Make a huge spectacle, and no one will see what's really going on.
Huh, neat. Hey, when this is all over, do you want to watch Cool as Ice?
Dude, I got the special edition Blu-ray of that! We are totally watching that when we're done here. You know, assuming we're still alive and stuff.
Evelyn?
Need a hand with that?
Oh, I need a hand with a lot of things, long hair.
What?
What the hell am I doing?
Trying to restore main power.
No, I mean, what the hell am I doing here? I'm a lounge singer. I should be in Vegas crooning to vacationers. I should be snapping my fingers to Dean Martin and hanging out with stage magicians. Instead, I am in space with a bunch of internet reviewers trying to fight some space cyborgs. Oh, and did I mention I'm in space?
I know this is crazy. We're gonna get through this.
I know. We left Linkara down there alone against the toaster face. I thought I was over this, but I lost my son a long time ago. And while the kid may not be my son, I abandoned him once when we were fighting that robot, and I never forgave myself for it. I don't want to abandon him again.
Then we need to get this ship up and running. You said you felt like something was on our side. Maybe it's not enough for just them to be rooting for us. Alright, let's say the worst thing happens, our fears are realized, and Linkara gets killed. This ship has a big ass gun on the front of it that we can fire right in Mechakara's face. I think that's a pretty good reason to get it fixed, don't you?
You have a real weird way of comforting a guy, long hair.
I do a show called What the Fuck Is Wrong With You? About real stories of people in Florida who put random objects in various orifices. The comfort I offer is revenge.
Yeah, I think I'm okay with that.
Got a power leak. I can reroute, but it's not gonna make a damn bit of difference by kicking any energy to the engines.
What happened to all those power packs you brought back with you from the planet?
Empty. Just need enough to get us to this. Engineering to bridge. Get Joe down here now. How long can you keep that up, Joe?
This is nothing, man. I could do this all day. All I gotta do is think about something that really pisses me off. And right now I'm thinking about Sonic Freeriders. And now I'm thinking about Right the Hell Retribution. Hey, fine boys. We're going out swinging, you hear me?
Swing, baby.
Okay, that's done it. Engineering to bridge. Main power restored.
Acknowledge engineering. Good work. What's the status?
Looks like they got their power back too. Their shields and weapons are heating up.
At least this time we'll have a fair fight.
I prefer a fight where we have a better chance than them of winning.
How strong is that ship?
Under normal circumstances, they would not withstand the firepower of this vessel. However, sensors indicate that their energy shield is highly adaptive and capable of withstanding multiple hits before it becomes impervious to this ship's weapons.
We can't have a long fight with them. The longer we go, the more likely they'll have a chance to take us out. How do we outthink them?
Well, maybe it's not about outthinking them.
What do you mean?
Well, if they're controlled by a machine, then they should be pretty single-minded, right? So if we screw with that single-mindedness, then they're vulnerable.
How do we do that?
We make a spectacle. We make them pay attention to that.
What do you have in mind?
Alright, Alan. I got a few more of these guns you can use. Knowing Mechakara, he's probably adapted to the bees by now. I can't believe I just said that. But yeah, some of these seem to still work. Unfortunately, most of them have fallen into disrepair, which includes the gun that shoots chainsaws. Someday perhaps, but not today. Oh, I don't even know why I'm still trying to stay alive. My life feels like a comic book sometimes. Big villain for this storyline, then a bunch of filler issues, next villain, right down the line, rinse and repeat. Maybe that's it. I'm waiting for the next reboot so that I can become darker and edgier. Or maybe I'll make a deal with Satan so that I can get a decent writer and a good supporting cast. Or hey, maybe I'll get my arm cut off by a merry suit up villain and then turn evil myself. You know, just to shake up the status quo a bit. Ooh, no, wait, I've got it. my new editor will decide to replace me with a bunch of kids because he hasn't bothered to watch any of my past adventures and thinks that the audience will embrace the new characters more.
You know, Alan, sometimes I wonder if I even like comics. I spend so much time getting invested in characters and storylines and just loving the medium of sequential storytelling, but then I have to review stuff like Bimbos in Time, or the Tandy Computer Whiz Kids, or God help us all, Marvel! I wonder if I don't actually hate it all. But you know what? I don't hate comics. I love comics. I love reviewing them, bad or good. I love seeing the twisted genius or the disgusting madness of a really awful comic. I love learning about the creative process behind it. Learning about a storyline that could have been stopped before it got off the ground, or a plot point that was botched. I love seeing an artist's vision come to life, be it something gorgeous that got paired with a subpar script, or the worst, teeth-gritting, over-muscled, sexist garbage of the 90s. I just want to review them all. I hope I live forever just so I can... That's it. That's why I want to live. That's what I've got. That's why I've got to see it through. I would never be satisfied being dead unless I got to review comics every single moment. That's why I've got to live.
Well, it's a start.